So another approach for me is to use a bit of fluorocarbon. Just take a nice length of that. It's very, very similar to the last rig we were using. Pretty much exactly the same, in fact. But I find sometimes with the fluorocarbon, it's just a little bit stiffer. And in certain situations, especially if the poisson chats are being a real nuisance, your rig stays presentated on the bottom a lot better. And rather than it being chased around, it's sitting a lot stiffer on the deck and ready for the carp to come into the swim. So if we get a bit of silicone. I'm a big fan of these hooks. I like the fact they've got an in-turned point. This is the Palatrax hook. Obviously we all have our own favourites. I have a great confidence in this hook and it hasn't let me down yet. So again, we'll just take that through, put it through the silicone very carefully, not to pierce it. And you'll see that I'm laying the line along the back of the hook up near the point. And we'll take the line, we'll go in through the back to the front. And we'll take a hook bait so we can set our hair length. So again, you can see there's a good separation between the bait and the hook. And a lot of people worry about doing this, but we're massive fans of it here. And you'll find you'll catch a lot more fish rather than having the bait dead tight to the back of the hook like this, where it can potentially impede the hook point and stop you from catching the fish once it's picked your bait up. Just give it a nice bit of separation, allow that hook to turn. And again, wrapping away from the join. And then back in through the back towards the point. Pull that nice and tight. And then from there, depending on the angle that the line's coming out of the hook, I will at times just put a bit of shrink tubing on. And probably something about 5 to 6 mil. Just place that over the hook, like that. And obviously we'll shrink that down at a later stage. And decide how long you want your rig. I find, especially with this type of rig, fishing it quite short is really effective, especially for some of the bigger fish here. They've obviously been caught a few times. They're a little bit wary at times and they'll feed a lot slower than the smaller fish. So a shorter rig can at times just trick up a few of the big fish. And again, just tying a loop so it just clips straight onto your quick link swivel. And there we have it. Obviously before I'd cast that out, we would shrink this down. And that is my 2 rigs that I normally rely on when I'm fishing here. We can shrink that one straight as well with a soft braid.